find you the most immaculate hand-woven Jamaican bonnet.
Oh shit,
crazy bonnets.
Nigga, it'll be a part of my life until dreads literally fall out the bottom of that bitch. Like, it's gonna have to just not slide over my head no more before I don't wear it no more. I fucks with that. Nigga, I still got the purple scrunchie Mom Duke gave me when we was down there for her birthday.
Oh, that's funny.
I take care of everything, nigga. I still got the purple scratchy ball Duke gave me anytime. And on that note,
C.O.D. it's like K.O.B. inside MSG. So like we top seed, old school's top speed. Pimp slap left hand. Is that hoe gon' bang? Is your bitch gon' gang? Is your nuts on swing? That's pinning who they attached to. Pistachios and bag moves. Took my head up out my moon to beat the sun and hoop in glass shoes. Cash, back up on that ass. Season don't some off that gas too.
Coming no warning, J kamikaze. Bloody, battered and bruised. Adrian life been rocky. Third act of my saga struggle didn't break me or stop me. Dressing like I like my hair real drippy and sloppy. Draped up and dripped out. Put my money where I be talking about to move to H-Town and motherfucking burn it down. Henry tried not by Optimate Prime. I'ma still be in that to the day that I die.
Wine. Take care of the things that the universe bless you with. We gonna drop into season 2, episode 41. Ain't that you would? Give me some headlines, and this is a C.O.D. MD operation. You know what I'm talking about? Last week was a Spike P joint, and now we gonna take y'all right into this season. Schmoovin' with your dog C.O.D. the Cater Boy Music, aka C.O.D. Medical, aka El Agua, aka C.O.3D. I'm in the metaverse with it, aka C.O.D.M.D. me, DNA Tech. Cause I will leave them babies in your mouth. Hey, you talking about straight up from the South. P, what it do, G?
It's your boy, P. Henry Trotter the Fourth, aka Home Run Try, aka at Frederick _Thuglis, aka Casino P, aka Mr. Lone P, aka Queen with the pen and with the lens, aka this ain't one of them, but a Spike P joint, aka Chef Boyard P, aka your grandma's favorite house guest, because that boy got manners. What it do, man?
Hey, y'all already know what it is, man. We done switched it up and started kicking these fliggity flight dance off like the Tosh Point bros. You feel what I'm saying? We just surf social media instead of back in the day. All of his searching was done on the YouTuber. You know what I'm saying? But this right here, this is all of the intranet these videos could come from. If it could be downloaded, if it could be screen recorded, if it's something I consumed when I was high and it gave me the slightest giggle, we compiled that shit over a week and we dropped the best of on y'all and chop it up, man. You ready for that? We flight that G?
Oh no, this look like it's gonna be a wild start.
Oh yeah, I'm off the motherfucking drugs. I'll be tripping off the. Can you hear?
Did you hear that? Yeah, nah.
That nigga said, yeah, nah. That's my partner, y'all. He country. He know what he tried to say. He said, yeah, nah. We both had the same thought as soon as it started moving. Can that nigga hear? No, he cannot.
Get you back in right away.
When can I smoke weed again?
Sophia, stop.
So that's actually a good question. If you can, what I don't want you to get is a dry socket.
Yeah.
I just
it's not an infection.
smoke.
And it'll.
Can I take edibles?
Better than smoking.
That's
You need to try to avoid smoking for about a week.
Oh, wait. What about vaping, though?
Anything that's going to cause any sucking.
Jesus Christ. I can't suck dick either.
Sophia! Jesus. Shut up. Oh, yeah, I'm getting all this on YouTube. Go, all of this when we get in the car. Oh, don't turn into a crier. You're not depressed?
I can't suck dick, Mom.
Look what I got. Please stop.
God.
Please stop.
I will.
We kicking out these fur couple with a little bit of raunchy man. Just outrageously ridiculous.
Man.
You feel me?
Shout out to that young lady, man. She her priority is straight.
What's something that's canon in Harry Potter that everyone forgets is canon in Harry Potter? I'll go first.
That Hagrid's dad fucked a giant while yous were all simping over Lady Dimitrescu. Hagrid's dad was on a search to find his own lady, and he found her and had a magical roll in the sheets with her. And pop goes the weasel 9 months later with baby Hagrid, baby half-giant Hagrid. I don't think we talk about enough that he fucked a giant lady. I really don't.
As a Harry Potter fan, what's your thoughts, bruh? They do just say that this nigga dad was a giant and we just moved the fuck on. That's insane, bruh. I mean, his mom was a giant.
I never heard that, bro. Like I'm newly into like the Harry Potter series for real. Like I don't know enough of the details yet.
Did you watch the movies or did you read the books?
You got to walk. I watched the movies, man.
Okay.
Shawty got me the book when we moved to Atlanta, and I still ain't read it. That was 4 years ago.
Did you like if you start talking to a nigga about Katniss' father in Hunger Games? They'd be like, "What the fuck you talking about?" And I'm like, you know, when she had a flashback and she walking through, and all the coal miners got her father face. It was like, that's her father, and I was like, oh, okay, yeah, you ain't about that book life. And I just move on. You feel what I'm saying? And it ain't even, the book better than the movie. The book don't have no runtime. It got all the information. That's all I'm saying. You feel what I'm saying? I'm not saying it's better or worse. I hate those people. Nah, I mean, I would never go that far as to say they better. Invention is the stepson of necessity. Right. We never get movies if books are better. Movies are different apart and away from.
It's like what we do for a living. When we are our outreach cadences, you have different touch points, and multiple touch points give you more context for the entire body of work. So I won't say they better. I'll say it helps to have that touch point or a point of reference, another point of reference. Even when you're talking about a body of work that's like The Lion King, it's been on ice, it's been a book, it's been a movie, it's a play. Like it's a bunch of different touch points. So
yeah, I think art is one of the things that are made extremely special by the fact of the many different ways you may connect with art. For the individual who's a lover of art, they could simply connect with it and deepen their connection with the world around them through consuming it. But there are people who love manga and motherfucking what you mean? Dragon Ball Z, Naruto.
Okay. I didn't know that.
Inertial Drift.
The art form was called.
Oh hell yeah! Crying Freeman. Like my big brother got stationed in Japan, and he put us on all that shit back in the 90s. He sent us so many VHS tapes, nigga. Like Crying Freeman, my shit, and people don't even know what the fuck I'm talking about, bro. He was an assassin who cried after every murder. You feel what I'm saying? And like the Libra in me loved the balance of an assassin who couldn't be fucking stopped and couldn't stop himself from feeling a connection to what he was doing. You know what I'm saying? That's manga. I need that. Yeah. And it's like, it's hundreds of tapes, hundreds of VHSs. So I can only imagine how many episodes it was. Yeah. Like, we had as many Crying Freeman tapes as we had Disney movies at the house. So you see Warriors of Virtue, Crying Freeman. Goddamn Small Soldiers, Crying Freeman. Dragon Ball Z, Flubber, Crying Freeman. 90s was wild as shit at the house, boy. We was in that bit doing all kind of karate moves. But said all that to say, the dope ass thing about art is like you could connect with it through the consumption of it, but the reproduction of it is something that's really beautiful. about being able to connect with art and what it does to you when you attempt to reproduce it. It's similar to that feeling of singing your favorite song. When you read that book, you get to sing your favorite movie because you make all of the characters. You imagine what Harry Potter looked like. When I read Harry Potter, all of them characters was black. Believe what you want to, but Hermione, a little black girl with braids, and she wear them little stupid ass barrettes that click together. So when she doing her spells, it's going click, 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 click. She be talking her shit when I read Harry Potter. Z snapping on goddamn niggas who got a problem with it. You feel what I'm saying? Hermione hood and fuck in my Harry Potter book, but in the movie, she a little British girl, and I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
But most books I read got all black characters. You know what I'm saying? Like if you watch TV, you never got to see Hunger Games with a black female lead. Serena is Katniss when I read Hunger Games. Picture Serena in that fucking movie, G.
It make more sense.
Especially her relationship with Rue.
Yeah. Right.
All of it make more sense if it's Serena. Yeah. But being from a district that got shit on, all of it would make more sense if that character was black. But that's neither here nor there. Reading a book is getting to sing your favorite story. That's what all of that was leading to. And it took me forever to get there, but I appreciate you for taking that ride with me. And I tossed that idea to you. That's why this is how we flip these flight decks, because you never know where the conversation gonna go. You feel what I'm saying? Who won't smoke? Yeah. Talk your shit, P.
Yeah, I believe, because I give it to you this way. Like, I read books through a lot of different, they hit a lot of different sensories or sensory organs. So I got books on, I listen to the YouTube audio book. I'll read the actual physical book because I cannot not have a physical book. And then I'll also, like, I have a Kindle myself. It's an old one, but I still have one. But I'll tell you, the
old ones, the better ones, because they don't have LED lights in them. They actually made for you to be able to stare at for hours. Mm-hmm. These new ones is bullshit.
Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, to be able to, I guess it's how I consume music, man. Because then you watching, I get this song, and that's how you consume in this podcast. Like, for people who can't, I don't know how I said like that, man, because you got folks who are different abled who can't hear, and you got folks who can't see. So being able to provide something that somebody can audibly hear, visually see, physically touch. I guess the next step is getting people to be able to smell the art. Like, if you can get you to read some shit and smell it, also you scratch it on the on the page. But yeah, that makes sense, man.
Boy, color purple will smell like chitlins. My bad. I just pictured all the different things that would be in that book, and I feel like if you flipped through that motherfucker, boy, you get a oh. Hey, yeah, man, that's your philosophical goddamn itchy video. We're gonna drop right back into a silly video, man. Baby in the window, kids outside. How you think this gonna end, Pete? Snow day, baby.
How about that? He about to get popped in the face.
Ruby, you're so close, but you have to throw it harder.
That is the mother's voice.
Go ahead, Alice.
Yeah, you got it.
The little kids are outside, and they are throwing snowballs at the baby.
And he about to get smushed.
Daddy!
Yo, that bitch came out of nowhere, cut. Oh shit!
Why she do my guy like that? And then my mom sounded surprised, like, you told her to do this.
Ruby, like, you're so close, but you have to.
Like, it wasn't even one of them, bruh. Look where the ball come from.
Daddy!
That's a neighbor kid that came and saw little man cut. Like, it sounded like she said, "Daddy, I think your pop got him, cuz." You never save kid. Yo, I love it, bruh. He gave that nigga a whole sauce burger, bruh.
That kid must be a jerk.
Oh God, G.
I'm performing with Prince later on at 12. So, anyways, Michael came to see me rock with Prince, and it was a magnificent night to see. It was me, Chris Tucker, and then Chris Tucker, Michael Jackson watching Prince rock on stage. So, to make a long story short, Prince steps off the stage and plays the bass in Michael Jackson's face. Rips the freaking bass in 10 different pieces. Make a longer story shorter, Michael Jackson leaves and goes home and says, "Meet me in the house for breakfast." So I go to his house for breakfast, knock on the door. First words he says, "Why was Prince playing the bass in my face?"
What should I say that though? Because he's funky?
Like, no, Prince, he's just being nice, you know. No, Prince, he's always been a meanie.
That's what, like, I've heard him tell that story a bunch of times, cuz, and I enjoy it every time, bro. Like, the thought of fucking Michael Jackson sitting there with Prince playing the bass in his face. Like, you know, Mike cool as fuck. You did? Like, but he a mysterious, like, what's my guy who be at the Laker game? Shouts out to the Shining, Jack Nicholson. He don't do interviews. He said, man, I come from a time when some of the mystique of celebrities was you didn't know what the fuck was going on with them, and you only saw them when they was on stage. So that's what they were to you. They weren't a normal human being who walked around, pooted, shitted, and all that stuff. They got to just be this movie star for you. That's what I like to provide for my fans. So stay out of my private life. Like, it's none of your goddamn business. Like, that's how he moved. Like, it carried that level of mystique. So he's sitting there. You know, he probably chilling. He had his shades off. Halfway through Prince playing the bass in his face, he wish he had his fucking shades on, because people can see how he feel about it. You know what I'm saying? He can't hide how he feel about that, man. That nigga slapping the bass all in your face, man. Slapping the bass, man. That nigga Prince. And he know what he's saying, because Prince was always very vocal about Michael Jackson not being in his class. And the reason he was like, what do you mean he not in your class? He was like, we learned how to play instruments in my class, baby. Like, and he say it in so many different ways, and he always prints it up. You feel me? He's like, I play 17 different instruments. I am not a performer. I am a musician. Like, he do it. So I've seen him address it so many times without saying Michael Jackson's name.
That's hilarious. I never knew about this, bro.
Like, that nigga be like, king of pop.
Like
I'm the king of music. Honey, I make music. Whether it's popular or not is irrelevant to me. Like, I love me some Purple. When you hear me, Prince, but you know yourself, I love all of Prince. I listen to parts of Prince catalog don't nobody listen to. You know what I'm talking about? And I ain't gonna reference the specific song, but it's stuff in his story and in his legacy that people don't want to know how he became himself. They don't want the dirtiness that helped create the art.
Yeah.
They want the gangster to give them that classic song and then be quiet behind bars and be out of their community. They want to be able to go get their drugs and drug dealers to not exist.
It's a conundrum.
I swear, man.
Lady was talking about Prince recently, bro, and
if drug dealers rich and all black folks poor, where the hell they customers coming from? You know what I'm saying? Can't be the 13% making all these drug dealers rich as a motherfucker. We only 13% of the country. Who is giving these drug dealers who shouldn't be in the community all this monies? How are they getting so rich? It can't be the poor white trash and the poor niggas running around. We ain't doing it.
We could barely make rent.
They ball 150. This nigga struggling to pay $800 rent. You ain't gonna tell me we the ones putting them niggas in drops. Might be the lawyers and the doctors putting them bitches. Hey, talk your shit. I'm just saying. Every po nigga I know scared of cocaine.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know too many niggas brave enough to do it.
Yeah,
I don't come from a place where niggas is brave enough to even do it.
I swear, pop 5 perks, but won't snow a line of blow. I'm like, nigga, do you know what perks is? So you'll do meth.
Yeah.
So you'll fuck your heart up, but you just not go. But
that's the crazy thing about that shit, bro. Like you said, it's the doctors and lawyers, and then you moved on from that. But if it's an appeal, niggas believe it. What do you believe these other drugs come from? Like, what do you believe? Like, all it is cut up. That's why they don't want you to have it in the pure form.
Yeah.
Because then they can't sell it to you over a lifetime because you're going to kill yourself too early. I got to give you this shit. I got the increments you need to take it in. I'm microdosing you. You good.
I'll tell you right now, if you'd like to try heroin, go have major surgery because morphine ain't nothing but synthetic heroin. And when I tell you, baby, that shit is, yeah. Like, I legit told them to take me off that shit. That shit was fire, cuh. But like, what had happened was, I was like, I didn't understand how to deal with a hospital situation because I ain't have a lot of hospital experiences growing up. You know, fairly healthy, and plus I was black, so you know what I'm saying. Unless it was broke and needed a cast, we slept that shit off. You feel me? So like, my pain threshold is extremely high. So when they were asking me how bad shit hurt, I was referencing it as to like the scale of what I go to the hospital for it. You feel what I'm saying? And the moment I was out of surgery, I just wanted to be home. But I didn't realize how bad I was fucked up until they told me I should be able to do something and I couldn't do it. And I was like, oh, goddamn. Like I couldn't get out of this bed if I wanted to. Like, hold the fuck up. And she was like, you can't get to the bathroom? And I was like, oh, no, we're going to have to do this the old-fashioned way, shorty. She was like, damn, how much pain are you in? I was like, a goddamn lot. And she was like, man, let me put you on the real shit. Because she had me on some bullshit. I ain't even going to say the other drug, you feel me? But like, when she put me on the real fucking post-surgical medicine, nigga, boy, I can't even describe it, bro. But like, that shit rewire your brain forever. And once you use morphine or heroin, you have always used morphine or heroin, bro. That's why it doesn't get you as high the second time you do it. It rewires the chemistry of how your shit work. I am 100% sure of that.
Yeah.
Your body is panicking after they cut out an organ and it calms the system down. It have to rewire some shit to be able to stop your body from panicking when one of the systematic elements of how it operates was removed. And you could just go straight to sleep immediately. I'm talking about hook it up, the drip switch. That shit went bloop, bloop. Immediate, P. Morphine is a hell of a drug. Fuck heroin. Fuck cocaine. Morphine. They doing it better than the niggas doing it in little shacks and shit. I promise you. They perfected the process and synthesized it. That's the whole point.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying? So my nigga P say the pill is worse than that shit. It is the same as drinking artificially flavored grape juice. That's what them perks and shit is. Artificially flavored meth. You know what I'm saying? Artificially flavored heroin. Uppers are uppers and downers are downers. They captivate the mind and chemically activate the different systems the same way, or they wouldn't have the same fucking effect. It's that simple. Painkillers have the same type of effect that the painkillers you take that are illegally commerced. A lot of this shit, it is what it is. I don't know how we got into that, but yeah, I agree with you. And they don't know the half. You know what I'm saying? Until you, if you want to hide something from a nigga, don't put it in a book. You put it in 1,000 books. It's the specialization of the human experience that allow for the separation of knowledge. You feel what I'm saying? Because everybody just does their own thing and motherfuckers don't know how to feed theyself. It's people who do the feeding of the world. Niggas don't know how to clothe theyself. It's people who do the clothing of the rest of the world. Niggas will never understand what they don't know because it's hidden in 1,000 different books.
We was talking about Prince. That's how we got here.
Oh, the purple one had you thinking deeply, though. Hey, we gonna end the flight deck right here with a little quick.
I honestly have no idea why he does this. My working theory is that he's stupid. My working theory is this. My why he does this. I have no idea why he does this. My working theory is
the way he freeze like he really wanted to fuck my man up. I really enjoy that. You feel me?
Yeah.
But yeah, man, that was your flight deck.
The business.
It was, cuz. It was. That was your flight deck, man, where we kicked that bitch off with a little bit of Taj Point, bro. Yeah, it's all about for social media and across the whole intranet, man. And I appreciate the different creators who contributed to that, John. Yeah, man. It's your nigga C.O.D, the Cater Boy Music. And we're going to slide right into this week's lead video here you talking about. And we really sliding there. We gonna take you straight out to
yeah. Lil' boat, big boat, big ass, dimples. Shake some to the tempo. Yes, sir. Tenfold.
Damn. Ha. Everybody claiming king of something. I was born from G.O.D. C.O.D. the God. I ain't got a fraud. I can vent and just really hate. Fuck, nigga. Make all them niggas abdicate. Set flame they all the song. Thanos every nigga single like they infinity stone.
Single malt scotch poured over some rocks. It's me and the mic. I don't need no more props. Stripped down to my balls and my socks. If flop on the score, this be sampled or not.
Ghost ride the whip, ghost vibe a bitch. I don't text unless I want sign. She be texting about fucking nothing. Ain't talking pussy. She ain't pressing the right buttons.
Out in China in like 2010. The World Expo was jumping in. Would have bought that painting for $1 million. Great Wall with my dog Emily. She from T-Dot. She played a world sport. Pass the passports. Saddle leather on the dashboard. Pass the gas, you need a mask for. Type of business you need cash for. I got a life that need a class for. You can't get in without the passcode. You won't get in if you an asshole.
I'm the motherfucker, my Zucker with melanin. Scripture on reverend, pauses on seraphim. Had my little white bitch sucking dick in the parking lot. Back in the parking spot, chilling at Terrapin. Station nigga, Pond City Market for the nightcap. She bougie country and that's all cap. But her head stupid, them all back. She act white. Ha! I don't like snow bunnies who talk black. Excuse me, I meant talk back. We took the pimpin' all across the map.
I got mad love for the Japanese, cause it was mad love that they had for me. Y'all opened up the map for me. If y'all need something, just ask for P.
Pimp hands still strong, ho. Want me throw a dick, go long, ho. Long John Silver with a pistol. Country nigga in a pickle truck. Just got all work on the way to fuck. Where the lie? I'm too fly. It's some b-ball shorts and a beater, nigga. I ain't gotta get dressed up to meet a nigga. I'ma come through, I'ma slide a beat it up and skeet a nigga. DTR then delete a nigga. What are we? Probably nothing. Just fucking. Poker face ain't never bluffing. You ain't shit till you done had a blunkin'. October, baby, know my way round that pumpkin. Dressing and stuffing, big call me McLovin. Chicka, oh yeah. Super bad, long red hair. Ass fat, I gotta stay. I don't give a fuck, that's anywhere.
God bless every stripper I tip. Make it stretch, let it flip. I'm wrapped in the spirit, I'm running with ghosts. Be trying my best, but be doing the most. I'm 59, felt like Tokyo drill. Like that white girl gone off a fifth. How the hell y'all let her get the wheel? Check the cushion, man, find her some chill. They be getting so much freedom and leeway. She was safe doing coke on the freeway. I was big scared, thought I was going to big jail, about to be big dead. Thank God, Lord, you take the glory. I'm glad that you gave me the story. I survived and I'm alive still. I ain't bulletproof, but I'm hard to kill. Trill.
Oh, I like that. Oh shit. Do that again.
Yeah.
Tokyo.
One more time.
Lil' Bo, big boat, big ass.
Tokyo.
Shake some to the tempo. Yes, sir.
What y'all know about that shit? We hit that big Tokyo Drift. The hell you talking about P Tokyo shit, man? You that one of the ones you was like, yeah, let's do that one for that bit, man. What made you choose that beat?
That shit was just amped up, bro. I guess like the way it come in, I just wanted before it come in. When I heard the actual song, I wanted to yell, "Yeah," and I did that shit. Same way you got to that song and you wanted to say, I just wanted to say boobs and big ass titties in the same song, and we did it. I did it. We did it. You did it. I just wanted to, yeah, and then hear that beat drop, and then everything else from there was telling some stories that where I felt like I was going that fast, you know what I mean? Or drifting, Tokyo drifting. So like the fact that you put it also with the movie series that you put it with, it's got to be a Tokyo Drift 2 and 3 and 4, maybe even 5, 6.
Love it.
Not 8, not 10, not 9, not 10.
Can I tell you why I love Tokyo Drift, cuz?
Why is that?
Because it's the spirit of bounce living on. And we didn't even go 8, 8, 8, 8. We handed that bitch off when we felt like it. It was like, it was a metaphorical Tokyo Drift. Niggas went, and the handoff was the nigga going, you feel what I'm saying? Yeah. Every time a nigga went, he'll hand that bitch off. Damn, that's the drift. Everybody claiming king of song. They come in, God bless every script I tell. You feel what I'm saying? Every fucking transition is a Tokyo Drift into the next nigga shit. You feel what I'm saying?
Can I tell you something, bro, that I just thought of that thought evoked?
What's up?
You know, I went yesterday, man, for the first time ever.
Damn. I ain't gonna guess. Where you go?
Port Arthur, Texas, man. Home motherfucking UGK. Yeah. I went to Port Arthur yesterday, bro. I meant to mention that in the ramp up, but I'm glad I didn't mention it in the ramp up because that's better show material. Bro, I went to motherfucking PA yesterday. PATX. Yeah. We need to go to PATX.
Yeah, we do.
They living good, and it's some black folks living good in PATX, man. I don't know what Bun them did for their city, but they done did some things out there.
Yeah, I'm sure they have. You got damn right. Shouts out to Bun, man. I fuck with Bun.
And Stack 5. Shouts out to the homie. But yeah, man, for the first time, man, had to take Shorty moms out there and drop her off to her friend's house. Her friend hadn't seen my lady since she was a baby and told a story about her, bro. That was fucking hilarious. You know how the people tell them stories about you that you can't remember, that you don't remember, but like they know your mom, they know your dad, you was around as a child and you did some wild shit. That's the thing that's like she hadn't seen Shawty since Shawty was in diapers. And Shawty a grown woman now. And she told this story, bro. I was in that bitch in stitches. I was in that bitch crying. And I ain't gonna say it on the show because it's embarrassing.
It's a good time. I might ask her about it. Was she on the show at some point if she ever guest appear for show and tell feature or some shit like that? That'd be funny as hell if I interviewed y'all for a feature. But hey, we got 2 prominent YouTubers on the show. Yeah, we need to schedule that, man. Let me know what y'all schedule look like. Y'all might be our first guest of the season. But fuck. I had something to say about what you just said, and where you mentioned not telling the story, I started thinking about how to get the story. Port Arthur, Texas, Shorty. Okay, yeah. I was reading something, cause you know I be in my books and shit, and my bad. Specifically, reading on some philosophy stuff, And part of the concept that got me captivated, and I started trying to find it across every text I had to see how many different ideas I could have around it. But it's similar to what you just said. She hadn't seen Carmen since she was in diapers. And it was talking about who we are. You understand me? And I started thinking about it from a technological standpoint because I told you we biomechanical machines. You feel what I'm saying? And from that perspective, the concept that it was extrapolating out from that was like the central thought is we aren't one version of ourselves, because everyone who ever experiences us has their own set of memories, their own sets of ways we made them feel. So we have, if we've met 1,000 people, there are 1,000 different versions of us being manifested in the universe, because thoughts are real energy and electrical impulses. You are being constructed by that person who experiences you when they remember something y'all did together. So there are thousands of versions of you out there in the world. People you were nothing but an asshole to. In his multiverse, you are a piece of shit. And you can feel however you want to. You feel what I'm saying? In a lot of people's universe, Michael Jordan is not a hero. He is the foil. He is the villain. He is M. Bison to a whole generation of basketball players. You feel what I'm saying? Like, but thinking from that perspective, as the person, like, this is how I get back to it. It always go back to introspection and trying to figure out some level of growth from there. As the person, the only person who will experience me in my totality, it is my responsibility to deliberately construct the man I believe myself to be, and then make sure that I manifest that in the universe, and not let other people's perception, because they only have these snapshots, become a part of how I construct me. You feel what I'm saying? If there are thousands of versions of me, then the version of me I experience will be constructed in-house and exported. I will bounce him to a WAV file like I do this music and then give it to the world. I'm not going to let another motherfucker version of me be what I try to internalize and reproduce, whether negative or their version of positive. This is something that's going to have to be a part of that personal journey, and it's going to have to be deliberately done every day. And that's something I use to work toward health. You feel what I'm saying? What's your thoughts on that? When you said that about Carmen, it resonated with me, and I had to get that thought to you. You feel me? So let's Tokyo drift right into that. You feel what I said?
It made me think of the thing that you want when you are no longer a part of this world anymore. It made me think, damn, he can't control that. The thing that he don't want is something he can't control. Because you always gonna be here, existing in everybody's fucking mind. Like, you want to go and be gone.
You're right.
Especially with what you're doing. Especially with what you're doing.
You right like shit, bro.
So it's gonna be so many versions of yourself with all the people that we want to touch. Especially when we're doing the Espanol. And I read the statistics on this morning. There are 41 million Spanish speakers in the United States who speak it in their household. We get to touch 41 million people when we learn this language, bro. Like, that's awesome to me. Simply by speaking a different language and by learning a different language and working to connect with those people. So for those people, for somebody I've grown up being an English speaker my entire life, started speaking Spanish in high school, did a little bit in college. And then to be in this place where I'm immersing myself into the culture, where I'm working to actually speak it so I can connect with a culture cultures that mean a whole lot to me. You'll be a 41 million deep in people whoever hears that, you know what I'm saying?
All my early vocabulary is Southern gentleman type shit too, bro. I'm learning how to ask things politely. I'm learning how to get the things I need. I'm learning how to say I love you and these different things. So the stuff I don't understand will be negativity and bullshit. Because from an education standpoint, I am mostly learning the positive shit to start with, getting back into it. You feel what I'm saying? Like I'm drilling and like that in and of itself is a change. You feel what I'm saying? Young Dave would have been trying to make sure he could pick up on if niggas was trying to rob him. So he could pick out on buzzwords, like drilling the vocabulary for all the different slang for pistol and shit. Like on God, like that is how my mind worked. And I'm just in a much healthier place, bro. And I appreciate a lot of your input and impact in getting here, bro. You've been a part of the muck and mire and wading through the darkness with a nigga for a long time, bro. That shit has been greatly appreciated.
Square business, man. Square business, man. It take a village. It take a village.
Hey, he talking about that M. Night Shyamalan joint. Hey, you talking about what the monsters got there that are real and the ones that aren't. You feel what I said? Which ones are the ones that are real? Are they the ones you construct with your mind, or the ones people attempt to get you to fear? That's a question you got to ask yourself, and that's a part of your journey. You feel what I'm talking about? But P, can you do me a favor? Flavor. Oh, can I do you a favor?
Hey, I was about to say, I could do you a favor. You can do me a favor, man. I would like it if you would give me some headlines or dame algunos titulares.
See.
Or dame DameLineasCabezas.
Cabezas. I bet, man. This headline right here jumped out at me just because my mama been on my heart and in my mind a lot lately. Travis Kelce gets interviewed by his mom after Chiefs beat Steelers. She's the best. I really enjoyed that one. Hold up. Novak Djokovic leaves Australia, gets deported. Write it like he a nigga. That's why I hate headlines. Novak Djokovic gets deported after his visa appeal was denied. He said the nigga left the country. That ain't what happened when they deny your visa. He went there to compete in a tournament to make millions of dollars. You think he just left? Come on, dog. That nigga got deported, man. Hold up. I'm not, see, they give me some headlines. I'm talking about the articles. NBA MVP rankings don't get accustomed to the incredible.
Don't get accustomed to the incredible. That's tough. Let's talk about the homie Travis Kelce, man, and his moms.
That's the bit, man. I just want to make a commitment to give me some headline community. P is gonna carry us through this year's golf to make sure we giving y'all a wide range and palette of sports conversation. CBS Sports gonna take you through what we like to call the mid-majors, the major four, the American Beast Boy, your NHL hockey, your NFL football, and your NBA basketball. My dog is an expert at all that, and my dog gonna be able to guide you through some of that entertainment purposes only wagering that's gonna prepare you for when gambling legalized all over the country. We right here, Casino P and Coolie Boy Sports is gonna be where you go to get that heat. You feel what I'm saying? And me, C.O.D, I'm gonna make sure that y'all well versed on two sports that were my first loves because my mama told me I couldn't play football until I was bigger than her. My first two sports were soccer and tennis. So I'm gonna make sure y'all caught up on soccer and tennis, man. So I'm gonna be talking about the boy Joke and what went on with that here as we go along. Well, my dog P chose Travis Kelce, who was interviewed by him after the game. And this story was written by Sports Illustrated. It was a memorable Sunday for Donna Kelce. The mother of Jason and Travis Kelce traveled to two playoff games, 1,200 miles apart on the same day to watch her sons play jet setting across the country and making it to Arrowhead Stadium in time for the Chiefs to beat the Steelers. It was a good ending to a day that started by seeing her eldest son's team lose to the Buccaneers as Kelsey in Kansas City advances to the divisional round to face the Bills. As if making a bold entry for a Mom of the Year wasn't enough, Donna had another trick up her sleeve. After the late Sunday game, NFL reporter Donna crashed the post-game press conference to ask her son the opening question, catching Travis by surprise after his first big performance. The result was an overload of sweetness after what was surely an exhausting but unforgettable day for the Kelsey matriarch. The full exchange between Travis Kelsey and his mom. Hold up.
First to Donna Kelsey.
Airdropping that to the Mac Mini so I could screen share that.
I didn't know that the Kelsey for the Eagles was his brother.
Oh yeah, he big brother too. So that's why Kelsey came into the league with that swag. He was like, nigga, I know I'm gonna be successful. My brother already proved we could do this shit. All I gotta do is put the work in. And so it wasn't any arrogance. It was just confidence because he believed in his big brother. You know what I'm saying?
Tampa game. This was
cold.
an elation to see.
Yeah, but his swag dumb. He said his wife buy a lot of his shit, but still, I think his swag cold. He can take credit.
I'm sorry, what?
Yes.
He said, I'm sorry, what?
We'll go first to Donna Kelsey. I'm sorry, what?
Yes, it's your mom.
What's up, Mom? I'm glad you made it.
Now, yeah, I know. I actually made it at a disappointing Tampa game. This was an elation to see you get a touchdown in a playoff game. I mean, oh my gosh, how good did that feel? How good did that feel after all these years?
Oh man, to finally throw a touchdown, like I used to tell my mom when I was like 5 years old, I was going to eventually throw a touchdown in the National Football League. I finally got it done. It only took me 9 years. That's a good question though, Mom.
Yeah, that's awesome. It was so fun, and that's what makes sports so great, because you can be depressed in the morning and elated in the evening. So
there you go. Glad I could put a smile on your face. Love you, Mom.
Yeah, you too. Love you too.
She's the best, man.
I'm so glad you chose that story. You see why this story made me so happy now, right?
Yeah, that's dope.
Thank you for choosing that one, man. I'm glad I got to share that with the community, man. I toss it to you for your thoughts, man.
That's bro, that's the best part about sports for me, man, was doing something that the song that you and your brother made together, Make My Mama Proud. That's the reason I kept, because you heard me earlier today talk about how I'm inconsistent, or I can be inconsistent, even though I am seen a lot of times as being more disciplined than other people. I became consistent because of the person that I grew up around. Like my lady's mom was here this past weekend. I got to see them from Thursday to Sunday, spend time in each other's orbit. And in the space that we are building now, man. And like,
can I hit them with them intro bars, cuz?
Go ahead.
It was early in the football season, probably September. I'm tripping. It's kind of hard to remember. Got my third tackle on defense. That shit was crazy. And I hear my mama yell from the crowd, "That's my baby. That mama baby." When I tell you my mama cried so hard when she heard that shit, she loved that song.
Yeah, bro. And like, so much of what we do is for like the women who bring us into this world, and it's my duty. Like I've heard a lot of people, well, not even a lot of people, I've heard the philosophy of like, you don't owe your parents anything when you come into this world because you didn't ask to be here. And to an extent, I believe that, but it's not, especially being a Southern man, that's not how we operate or how we live our lives. We owe our moms everything because she didn't have to bring us into this world, because we all know situations where for some reason or another, a lot of youngins didn't make it into this motherfucker, and they went through the process of bringing us here, and it's not it's a painful process in a lot of different ways. So like I remember a lot of like, every game that I've ever been at, man, I could pick my mama's voice out over everything. And I don't think there's any. All throughout high school, she was at every single event, and the only reason she didn't come to every game I was at in college is because of her work schedule, and we were traveling to all these places, and like we just couldn't afford it. So she came to the games that she could come to, and then those were the games you wanted to play the best. And you always do play your best whenever you know the people who care about you the most and help you get where you are in the crowd, man. And like the homie, bro, Cool Athletics. KG, man, like seeing his mom in the crowd, like our moms used to sit next to each other, like our dads coached us. So having that part, like it becomes
your mama partner, man. Your mama, if your mama don't come to the game, she makes sure you feel it.
Exactly.
And like it's unspoken. It's like they know. You know what I'm saying?
Shout out to the Murphy family, because after games, ate meals with that family, bro. Spent time at their house, like exactly like when your partner mom is your mom's representation, and she going for you just as hard. Like it becomes.
You feel comfortable shouting out H-Town, mama, because you're part of how we get our roots down in H-Town. Shout it too.
Babs?
Hell Babs? Yeah! Shout out to Babs. Yeah,
100%.
Give Babs some love. Real
shout
quick.
out
Yeah.
Oh, Babs, bro. I'm
big hearts. Big hearts. Love me some Babs.
Big heart eyes, big Bezos, big amor for H-Town Babs, man. Because without her, like I don't know where I'm at. And like this is a woman who is not melanated because of Shawty. Straight up. And I know this city because of that woman, man, and all the support that she put into coming to every single game. Like even like your partner's mom becomes your mom's representation.
Yeah, asking us if it's okay to come cook a big ass Italian dinner at our house. Yeah, it's okay. Yeah, we cool. We in college. Y'all got that nice little house over there. Is it cool if I come cook a big dinner for you and all the guys? Yeah, it's okay. Right. Yeah, Ma, you can pull up. What we need to do? Bro. She was like, get out my kitchen. I was like, it'll be clean when you get here. You know what I'm saying? That's all we need to do. And shit, I get out the way.
I would have been a homeless man when I moved to Houston, bro. I slept under that woman's roof. She made sure I ate. Like what the things that I didn't have, she gave me the opportunity to work, which is the thing I know how to do best in this world is work. And she got
y'all can make fun of sports if y'all want to. The brotherhoods that shit build, the connection that build, like, and on some player shit to be for real. A lot of y'all don't realize at the most basic level, you your mama fuck trophy. Polish yourself the fuck up and go do something to make her proud. Like, don't just do this shit selfishly just for you. It's somebody who put a great deal of motherfucking work into you being able to go to work and pay bills. Just that, like, to make sure you had the ability, the faculties, the fucking common fucking sense to not get hit by a car crossing the street. Like, it's somebody who had to teach you how to do all that shit. And until you have babies or nephews and have to help a person become a human being, you don't realize how blank of a slate a baby is, cuz. But you got to teach a baby how to blow its nose. But babies don't know how to blow their nose, cuz.
They would let it run until it's in a motherfucker. Thank God they ain't got mustaches because we see it all day, but it get dried up, crusted around.
I tell you,
let it happen until a woman walk up and say, with her motherfucking hand or her sleeve, her own sleeve, or teach you, look, bro, don't do it with your sleeve. That shit gonna get into you. It's gonna crust up your on your sleeve. Here's a tissue. Just stick this in your pocket, bro. I walk around with tissues in my pocket all the fucking time. Right now, I have tissues in my
damn. That's a nigga who got a puppy who wiping eye boogers. I'm talking about he got tissues for all kind of reasons.
Bruh. And they just pile up in your damn pocket. I learned that
straight up,
I
bro.
walk around, my sleeves ain't crusted.
I don't know what y'all situation was, but I don't care if she was a stay-at-home mom, bro. Like, this sentiment, I feel like is true about any mother. My mother worked 3 jobs and raised 5 kids. A woman by herself trying to raise strong men. When I think about her, it just made me smile. All I'm trying to do in this world is make my mama proud. And fuck anybody else, bro. I don't care how none of y'all niggas feel. Dorothy love the way a nigga move. But I put on a suit on a Tuesday when I run by the house and take that shit off as soon as I get home. Just cause my mama like the way I look in the suit. I be doing silly shit, bro, but like, I know what make my mama happy. You feel me? And I will wear a wife beater to a nice restaurant on a date. I don't give a fuck. You feel me? I don't give a fuck how nobody feel, cuz. And it's a couple of human beings who I've had that feeling about. And I refuse to let go of the love I have for them because I can't manufacture that. Yeah. Someone's smile or someone's pride bringing me joy is not something I can manufacture. It's not like that's your this. So when they're proud of you, it's a good thing. I could give a fuck. I haven't had a coach whose evaluation of my play I gave a fuck about. I only ever paid attention to it to figure out whether or not I was starting. And every time I've ever gotten the starting job, how I evaluated myself is how my progression went. I could give a fuck about a coach opinion. Dead ass. Oh God. Never gave a fuck about one. Go ahead.
Can I hit you with some shit real quick?
Please do.
I learned about this in this book that I'm reading, bro. And you have that ability, and that shit comes from you being a youngest brother. Youngest brothers are usually the fucking renegade of the family, and most people fear them once they become of age. The oldest brother, that's the one who had to kind of fly straight to be an example.
Military, literally.
And so I know my brother is going to be hell. And I just got to make sure that the path that I'm laying out in front of him is a path that he can walk behind me and be the fucking renegade that he want to be. Because I know who he is. You know that nigga.
Love him. Love him. Where did you get that knowledge from? You've never shared that with me, bro. I feel like, where'd you get that from, bro? Because like my brother is military officer. I'm conspiracy theorist nut job. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
You get to be as out there as you want to because you got 4 motherfuckers that came before you. So by the time you got there, it's like, what? Just let him be him. Let him be him. The oldest brother, you got to walk a straighter line because you're going to get all the discipline because you're going to get all the energy that they want to be your parents and they got to figure this out. And they going to look at you and be like, they going to look at your brother and be like, man, we was hard on that nigga, but look where he at though. We was hard on him, but look what he doing. He walked that, and like you said, that nigga been in there for 20 plus years at this point, man. And so, all the ones that come after that first one,
he could have retired like 6 or 7 years ago. He been in that long.
Yeah,
he could have retired like 6 or 7 years ago. He that shit in him. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
that shit in him. You feel me? A lot of what builds you for that type of shit in me, the desire to be able to control how that resource is allocated is what prevented me from ever being a part of it.
Like getting the time and like the time you wanted from them. What do you in the context? What do you mean in that context?
I could be transparent about something, but I can't give specific details.
Okay.
It is in record from evaluations that I cannot be allowed to do certain things because of what obtaining that knowledge would allow me to do. They don't believe it would be manageable past a certain point. You don't give a person with my proclivities that level of resources of how to maneuver because it becomes a problem that you have to solve. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah, but I've been through a lot of different testing and evaluations and shit, and I'm not allowed to do certain things. It's like in documentation. Like, and I wish I never got evaluated because I didn't understand what I was doing. I just went and did the shit because I was a part of different programs and shit.
Right.
And I thought it was just like, oh, okay, this is, I thought it was like another AP exam. That's not what the fuck it was. And I just leave it at that. But yeah, I genuinely can't do certain shit. So I wasn't going to go do it because there was a ceiling on where I could go. And if I was going to go do it, I knew what my end goal would be, and they wouldn't let me do it.
I got you.
You feel what I'm saying? They wouldn't let me do it. And I respected it, but I was like, okay, well, this is where we part ways. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It was a red pill, blue pill moment. And I was like, I go back to the Matrix, goddamn. Fuck that shit.
The book I reference is Adam Scott Originals, How Nonconformists Mold the World, or something like that.
Yeah, I might need to edit part of that. Let me screenshot that just in case. And moving on to a whole different language.
That's why I changed the subject back to that book.
Yeah, I feel like Zoom done flagged this. We're gonna have to definitely cut a little bit of that. But como se dice welcome.
Bienvenidos.
Bienvenidos. DameLineasCabezas. Y otra vez.
I got a boo, I gotta speak.
Vaya con Dios.
I was only consistent for several weeks.
Buenos días.
I'm on a streak. She don't know better. We met in the sheets. Fuck her to sleep. She ain't able to creep. I find my pleasure caressing her cheeks. I'm a blessing to me and the mess, so it seems. Can be bigger, be small. It's a titty to me. I love your nipples. They pretty to me. Would you slow that shit down, boo? I'm trying to see, but hey, it's gotta wait because I gotta skate because I gotta work. Got a date to get paid with a day when my money depend on what somebody say, and that person ain't me. That ain't no way to be. Manage my pay, can I manage a trade? Check my account, can I manage a fade? Hit the cafe cause a nigga on it. Manage my swipe, stay up for the night.
Dios sucio de la capital. Ay, que luna más hermosa. Dice ella, empujando el cochito de niño por Atocha. Y espléndidos también las musas de los muchachos de Lisboa, a una manzana que trabajan a la acera del kilómetro cero. La zapatria de neón donde se apoya, buscando con la mano el fuego de extraños que pasean por ahí. El cielo sobre la puerta del sol toma otra tona de azul. ¿Quién dice que no se convierte en el único ojo de la noche a escalar? Ala diciendo y menguando antes de cruzar el cielo de finales de junio y abajo. Hombres persisten dando vueltas por la plaza, las fuentes gemelas rebosantes de aguas luminosas de aquí, a unas horas con el calor, desvaneciéndose la misma la vera. Se fuga, besando Neptuno el Luis, las manos de color naranja que saltan de los caminos a Bará y por Vereza, regando esas calles eléctricas. La luna. ¿Sí?
Leyendo Hombres Necios que Acuses por Sor Juana Inés de la Cruz de México. Hombres necios que acuses. Hombres necios que acuses a la mujer sin razón, sin ver que sois la ocasión de lo mismo que cubajas. Si con anicia sin igual sosaltías su desdén porque quieres que obren bien si las incitas al mal. Combatís su resistencia y luego con gravedad decís que fue liviandad lo que hizo la diligencia para hacer quiere el denuedo de vuestro para hacer loco al niño que pone el coco y luego le tiene miedo. ¿Quieres con presunción necia a la que buscáis para pretendida? ¿Estáis en el posesión Lucrecia? ¿Qué humor puede ser más raro que el que faltó de consejo? El mismo empaña el espejo y siente que no está claro. Vivaba ya tú.
El episodio de esta semana, DameLineasCabeza, es solo arte. El fin. That just means this week's episode of DameLineasCabeza is just art. The end. How you feel about it, Fee?
I feel good, man.
Let's talk to the people a little bit about this, man. I'm loving this shit, bro. And I feel very disrespectful, man. City Moon is the poem I gave you guys, and that was by Francisco Aragon. My bad. How did I not give my fucking author? The moment I heard you do it, I said, you piece of shit. How dare you do all that bullshit with your poem and not even get that man name? Because I put some sauce on it. I remixed a couple of lines and said them how I would say them. And yeah, my bad, Cisco. I wonder if people realize Cisco named Francisco.
Cisco?
Probably not.
Cisco? I did not know that shit.
Yeah, that nigga ain't just running around Cisco. I hope he ain't. That nigga, if he said Cisco? Nah, I really just made that up, bro. Don't fact check me.
Yeah, I was about to say that nigga from Baltimore. I was not expecting that.
B, can I do you a favor?
See.
What's that?
Dame algunos titulares. Give me some headlines.
I would, but instead, impromptu surprise. I hear you talking about. Say, I be cooking in Spanish.
Oh my God. I know this shit. Hold on. Cantar.
He said, I know this shit. Hold on. This is impromptu R4S. Fuck with me, and we gotta get it scored. P don't know what the hell he talking about because he just forwarded.
Damn, I forgot what a cookie is. Cocinar.
That nigga looked it up, cuz.
No, I didn't. I swear I did.
Then why you give me to cook the verb? I asked you to say, we be cooking. Cocinamos. It's whatever. That's it right there. Just that. You ain't gotta say nos cocinamos and nothing like that. Cocinamos, we be cooking. You know, you start out with a little bit of bread, you know what I'm saying? Split that thing with a razor to get a nice little good split. When y'all be buying them splitters and all that dumb shit, it just be a little broken razor inside of it. If you break open the plastic, that's what you will see. You feel me? Cut up Swisher Pack as my scooper, cause I ain't buying a scooper when I buy scoopers every day with the Swisher Pack. You feel what I'm talking about? Split it, that. You feel me? How you feel about that, P? What's going on right now? I left it dry so I could put music in on the back end and it could really vibe with a good level. How you feel about that?
Yeah, man. I like this. I like where this is going. This season is gonna be epic, nigga.
I like where this is going. Yeah, this season gonna be different, bro. I feel like it's always been limitless, but we now at the place where we understand that and we just going to another level with this shit. You feel me?
Yeah.
Like I started to make this shit my background and just not say a fucking word to you. Just make this shit my background for the whole episode and wait for you to ask me what the fuck was going on and then drop it to the recipe. You feel me? Then drop it to the whole, be like, oh, now that you mentioned that, and I'm gonna do shit like that moving forward. But you know, we got the ability to do that. Like when you get yours ready, you could just make it your background in the middle of an episode. And I'm like, cause you know we flip it back and forth talking this shit, and I'm like, hold on, what the fuck you do? Okay, so right here, magic. When you have peppers and onions, just cut themselves and become a single service side. You feel what I'm talking about? What could I be making? You feel what I'm talking about? Gotta be a night. You already know what I'm making, but I'm high here. This is the middle of the night meal for anybody who care. You feel what I'm saying? This is like dead ass about 5 hours ago. This is a special morning episode of GSH. And that's why I'm sipping a little bit of hair. The dog that bit me on MLK Day. Fucking hangover. I'm still drunk, baby. You feel me? And I'm headed to a barbecue later. Ubering around the snow-capped city. But yeah, man, I made y'all an egg white omelet last season. And I was still in the process of cutting. And a diet is anything you consume. It ain't just trying to lose weight. So my whole journey was about knowing how to modulate what my goal was. You feel what I'm saying? If I'm moving around a lot, I eat like a bear. You feel what I'm saying? If I'm not, I eat like a nigga who ain't doing shit. Like I probably ain't worked out in probably a year and a half. Like dead air, bro. I do push-ups and shit, but I ain't worked out in like a year and a half. I'm like I had to deliberately put on some weight because it was cold as fuck at the beginning of the winter. So I put on like 10 pounds and I'm like 215, 216. But when I start back working out and hooping, when the summer hit, I'm gonna have to start eating more. You feel me? So last year I was on my egg whites and shit because I was still working out like a lunatic at the time. But I'm putting my yolks in my bit in it a little bit, and I'm putting some grits in that hole to stick to your rib. But I don't eat a whole lot of meat no more, Jack. For what? So I ain't eating no meat with their late night breakfast because I don't want to have no heavy shit on my stomach to try to go to sleep on. You feel me? And my nigga P actually told me how to cook grits, and I'm gonna run it back because I talked through a little bit of the sauce and I double speeded it. So I don't even know if this what he do. Once I get that bitch to that little boy, man, I'll drop me a little bit of butter in that hole. That right there, that's some pepper. That ain't nothing but some pepper. And that right there is some salt. Now, I put all my shit in quart cups because I worked at a guest ranch one summer, and sprinkling my seasonings brought me so much joy, I decided I'd never go the fuck back. But like, I wash my hands thoroughly, and then I pinch and I fucking Emerald Lagasse my shit. Bam! Whenever I'm cooking anything, like, it just brings me joy. So yeah, and I put a little bit of paprika in that bit because my nigga P told me to paprika that hole. And now I'm just sprinkling a little bit of grit in that motherfucker. Shouts out to my cousin Vinny. What is a grit? P, tell these motherfuckers what a grit is, OG.
Most people don't know shit about boxing. And most people don't know shit about grits. Grits is corn, man. Like, it is ground up corn. And yeah, that's what that shit is. And I thought everybody knew this because I thought everybody was
like,
as country as I am.
For the nerds, like, grit is to kernel as Goddamn centimeter is the decimeter. This some bullshit. How did I not know that grits was ground up fucking corn, bruh? And I just been eating this shit forever. And I was like, what if it was something else? Could I have found out it was something that would make me stop eating them? And then when you watch that video, you're gonna be like, hell nah. The next thing I had to do was get me some bread in that hole. You know, you gotta have your breaded pot. You can make your breakfast sandwich or something. Or you can just plow, nigga waffles. You know what I'm talking about? And they is Kroger brand. Cause if you think the Eggos taste different, you just gullible. And it is what it is. I got like 24 of them holes for a couple of dollars. And them shits is bread and flour and sugar and egg. That's what all bread is. Feel however you want to. But this whole goddamn meal is just corn and egg. You feel what I'm saying? In different forms, apparently. These niggas is tricking your boy. But for my omelet, man, what I did was, after I cut it, the reason you got your Jack Daniels right there is because I soaked them hoes in a little bit of that syrup and that liquor. You feel what I'm saying? And you'll notice they gon' scorch immediately because that alcohol done went through there and deoxygenated for real. So it's gonna caramelize extremely fast because I wanted this to be, you know what I'm saying, a nice little drunk omelet. You know what I mean? Going back to a little bit of whipping of them grits, man. But how you feel it gonna turn out so far?
I always noticed that you like your you don't like the dice, you like chopped veg. And so
yeah, how they shrink. I'm gonna cook it to the texture I want it. I don't want my onion small. I want to be able to bite my onion.
Yeah,
I like the way that butter dropped in there. That was sexy. How you feel about that? That butter dropped in that bit like black. I do that bit in the whole like, hold up, split it. Oh, okay. I'm over there. I was like there. I thought I had that timed up.
You come back over there. Yeah, you take a drink and then you put it down and then you flip it and then you go get it and then you come back and then you do it.
Oh no, it's another one. It's the other one that's a fox. I missed it.
Oh.
That's a good time, y'all. For y'all listening on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Deezer, Google Play. Out there in France, I know a few of y'all listening out there in France.
Shout out
Bonjour.
And we ain't even started on French shit.
yeah. Bonjour. No, yes, if all the people in France learning Spanish, learn with us. Feel free to join the community and give us some questions. We'll make a whole segment off of it. Why the hell I started shouting out countries? What made me think about that?
Because of you were shouting out all the platforms in which they can consume Gimme Some Headlines and the countries in which we popping. Yeah,
you feel me? So if y'all listening to us out there, in France and shit, and what was that? What was that random country that surprised the fuck out of me? Cuz you put one out your pocket.
Yeah, people really fuck with us in France, and people really fuck with us in. Hold up, I can pull it up right quick. Tell them about the meal.
That's a bit. So go check out the YouTube if you actually want to see this omelet. You feel what I'm saying? It ain't gonna be the prettiest thing in the world, but the making of it funny as shit, bro. Cause when I tell you I'm sky high, I'm so many blunts in. Cause I got the next 2 days off. I'm fucking chilling. You heard me? I'm gonna be producing and fucking watching me some good ass movies. Then we got the NFL. Goddamn Monday night playoff game. You see them bitches caramelizing? Them bitches softened up so good, boy. Them onions going hammered. But I hit them bitches hot heat, then I turned them down to a little bit lower heat. You feel me? And sipping on a little bit of that whiskey daddle while I do it.
So you start yours off on higher heat. And then
cause for real, you'll notice the oil is really what cooks it. You can sit veggies in just a hot ass pan, and they'll just really sit there. So I get the oil to where it's hitting, kind of like getting the grits to where it's at a low rumble or boil, and then turning it down to a simmer. That's the same thing I do with sauteing my veggies for an omelet. Cause once I drop the eggs in, I don't want them to cook fast, and you'll see why. You feel me? Once you drop them holes in there, whip wop, you shake it to make sure eggs is actually on the surface of the pan, and you ain't got veggies touching the pan, fucking up your omeletto. You feel me? And once it starts to solidify, you just move that bitch and lean it. That's how you shape your omelet. Give it that little flying biscuit Wrinkle, I don't even know what to call that hoe. That's just how you make it. You know what I'm saying? Make sure your omelet cook evenly so the egg ain't just sitting on the surface of that bitch. You know what I mean? But
I got you.
That's another part of why I start lowering the temperature. Go ahead, do your thing.
Oh, I was about to say the top 10 countries that listen to GSH in, is it ascending order? Descending order. With maybe 10 to 1. 10 to 1. Japan. The People's Republic of China. People's Republic of China. The Federal Republic of Germany. The Federative Republic of Brazil. 6 is Puerto Rico. 5 is the República Italiana.
Hold up, I gotta run that back. Hold up. I didn't know Germany was a federation though. That's surprising.
Yeah.
Hold up, I'll pause this. Go ahead and run through them. But that was sexy, was it not?
Yeah,
that was a flip. I just took a Y'all don't know about that omelet flip. Talk to them about where we popping at. Start back at Japan, cause I just run through them shits.
Yes,
shouts out to Japan, man. Love.
Top 10 countries that rock with GSH. We got Japan. We got the People's Republic of China. We got Federal Republic of Germany. We got the Federative Republic of Brazil. We have Puerto Rico. We have the República Italiana. We have the Russian Federation. Shout out to all our Russian fans. Shout out to the United Kingdom of Great Britain and Northern Ireland. We got the Republic of France. And then we got our home country of the United States of America.
We out here, man. Shouts out to everybody. Shouts out to France. Shouts out to everybody fucking with them, man. Ooh. Did that. You see how that smoke popped up? That kind of smoke of the bleezy with the other hand, boy. My flip dumb around this bitch, nigga. Y'all niggas ain't flipping omelets like the boy, nigga. You niggas is omelets, nigga. I'm gonna flip that bitch one more time. Yams, boy. Am I nice with it? Y'all let that egg white omelet trick y'all, man. I was in the basement studio in Colorado, nigga. Y'all will see me in the kitchen, you heard? And I'm high as a kite and drunk a lot of bit. I ain't gonna cap. This a tiny bottle of Jack, and that's not the actual bottle I was drinking from. That's the one I cooked with. Like my bottle of Jack is over on the counter. That's the cooking Jack. You feel me? Oh, I will flip that thing again. I ain't slow that one down because it wasn't even no biggie. That's just a flip the omelet to the sexy side. But I will flip that. You feel me? I be cooking, you know what I mean? Here you talking about.
Hey, shout out to everybody in the Dish Pit, man. I miss Dish Pit so bad.
Yeah, man. I hit Patty Mayonnaise up, man. I got a lot of love for Patty. I told him I'ma holler at him once I get to Texas and it's easier to get to Colorado. He said, bring your ass. And I said, bet. That's all I need to know is the invitation was still open, nigga. I'm pulling up. They went to Steamboat. I was like, no, not the hot springs. Fuck y'all, cuz. I gotta get to the hot springs this spring, bro. I miss Steamboat, bro. That's a good ass time.
Cuz got a smorgasbord of them guys.
Pearl Milling Company. That's what Aunt Jemima changed to. The Pearl Milling Company. You feel? And that was R4S. We be popping around here. Just get high and then give y'all a little bit of recipe how to do that stuff. And that was just pepper and onion.
It's gonna be fun. We're gonna spend all our money on copyright and shit. We got so much money we got to spend on copyright, y'all. It's not even funny. It's not even funny. We got so much shit to copyright. Oh,
like it's really not.
We have to have a copyright lawyer on fucking staff. Like we gonna have to pay a copyright lawyer, not retainer. Like we have to employ one. That's how much we need a great copyright lawyer, is because they about to be sitting up under our ass. They probably gonna be writing us more than anybody.
Telling you,
that's funny.
Telling you, speed down. Hell yeah, but then right here, man, this is what we like to call a chickadee. Don't stop, chop session. You feel what I'm saying? I'm start doing random mad bullshit intro. Just make shit. Why not? Yeah, it's season 2, season at the fool. Oh, you know, that's why you do that. Yeah, I said that's why you stay drunk right into the show. I did it. I went to sleep around like 6:45. Got up for the show at 8:30. I just be living, bro, because I'm gonna die at some point, and I lay down then. You feel me? I eat extremely healthy. I rest when my body gets tired. If it don't tell me to sit down, bro, I'm gonna keep moving, man. Like that, it gonna be a time when I sleep most of the day. I know I had family members who got to that age, and if that's the age I'm gonna get to, the time when I could just wake up at 4 and don't go to sleep till tomorrow at 6:45, nigga, that's how I'm living. But this child session is about the NFL playoffs, man, because I had a good ass Saturday. It was my only off day that weekend, cause I had to work Sunday. But I forgot football was on. I didn't watch nothing until 10 o'clock, and the Patriots was getting their ass smacked, OG. Did you watch any of Saturday wild card football?
I caught a little bit of every single game.
Well, talk to me about Saturday and talk to the people about Saturday. I'm going to give you the game because I ain't watched none of it, and then I'll be able to convert with you by Sunday. How that sound? We can do that, G?
That's a bit.
All right, there, by G. We going to start off with the first game from the weekend, kicked off the motherfucking playoff football. Eagles versus Buccaneers. Tampa Bay beat up on the Eagles 31-15, man. How did that happen, man? What was going on?
Oh, that was yesterday.
Okay. Well, then I said that ass backwards. Let me correct myself. Was the first game Bengals Raiders?
Yeah.
Because I saw Bills Patriots at 10 o'clock. That couldn't have been the first one. So it was Bills Raiders? Bengals Raiders?
Yeah. Yeah. Bengals Raiders.
Okay. So the Bengals played the Raiders. And Joey B. Joe Cool, Joe at the Fool Season 2. Hit him with a smooth 26 piece to beat him 26-19. That boy went from national championship to going ham in their first 5 games, looking like Deshaun Watson in rookie season, to blowing their knee up, looking exactly like Deshaun Watson in rookie season, to coming back and went ahead first playoff game with the Bengals. Something Carson Palmer never figured out how to do in a decade there. How that happened? I obviously didn't see it. Who that is?
Oh, Andy Dalton. You remember Red Rocket, who AJ Green had to live most of his career up under that motherfucker. Oh, okay. Fair point.
Never heard of him.
Gotcha. I got to see like the very tail end of that game. I think it was the Raiders' like last drive to try to tie, and all I can say, man, is the Bengals the real deal, and to have essentially a rookie quarterback under the center, because he had 5 games from his rookie season, and then the rest of his season was gone. So this was his year, but to have. It's interesting to see how you talked about it. People finna start drafting these tandems because it's a copycat league.
Bro, I was literally about to go to our Google sheet for the That's a Bet and go back to when I was like, they gonna draft Jamar Chase and watch them go the fuck off. Cause I didn't watch the game, but I know Jamar Chase went off. I know he did. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You remember that shit from the draft episode, right?
Mm-hmm.
Bro, y'all need to fuck with GSH, bro. We got that heat rock. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And we said that Jalen. We said that the Eagles was gonna go because they were gonna go Jalen Hurts this year. We said that they was gonna go Devontae Smith. But yeah, man.
Joe Burrow was 244 for 2 touches, and the boy Jamar Chase was 9 receptions, 116 yards with 12 targets. The boy a fool with it.
Yeah.
At 75% catch rate in a playoff game, his first as a rookie.
Shouts out though to the real heroes of that game, which were the Bengals defense, because they played great at last drive. Like our DB play they didn't play great that last drive because the Raiders had a 1st and goal at some point, and like they lost on a 4th and goal or a 3rd and goal or something like that. Like the last play of the game was like a ball being knocked down, I think, in the end zone. But the crazy thing about that boy Carr is throw it to the guy who makes the most money, because it gives you the best excuse in the post-game interview if it don't go how you planned. If you get up in that front of that podium, in front of the microphone, like I'm sitting in front of now, and it's like, we saw that he was quadruple covered. Why did you throw him the ball? We like what we saw pre-snap. I threw the ball to the person next to me that makes the most money. Don't throw it to fucking Zay Jones, bro. Don't throw the ball to a cat named Zay Jones who is only a receiver that's running around catching balls for you because the other guys either got hurt or in jail awaiting arraignment. Like, throw it to Darren Waller, the dude who is 260 pounds and 6'6". Throw it to that guy. Don't throw it to the guy who is 6'1", maybe 6'2", and throw it up to the guy who y'all pay a whole lot of money to throw balls up to when the game is on the line. That's all I can tell you about that game, is that Derek Carr, he did not make a horrible decision, but he made a bad decision. Throw the ball to the guy that you pay a whole lot of money to catch balls in these types of situations. Look him off as long as you can, pump fake to somebody fucking else, but throw the ball to that motherfucking guy and let him make a play.
May I derail this for a second, my brother?
Go ahead.
Henceforth, moving forward, when I talk about people potentially going to jail, I'm going to call it becoming property. Because I'm sick of people acting like that shit is a logical result to anything.
The more you think about it, though,
he got drunk. He got drunk and had one of the worst things in his life ever happen. Not the way to help him. The proper punishment for accidentally killing someone is becoming property. And it's sold as rehabilitation. The best way to become a part of society that will be a functioning member after having that level of trauma happen to you is to become property. The best restitution for the victim's family is for him to become someone else's property, the government's property, property of the state. That benefits the lost life. That benefits that girl's family. The universe finds balance when a sentient being becomes property as the result of a mistake. As the result of making money through means that can't be taxed, they should become property. Most crimes are making money in ways that can't be taxed. That's the only reason any drug is illegal, because they can't properly tax the commerce. And all the drugs they found a way to properly tax, they legalize them. Heroin decriminalized in Oregon. They got clinics and all kind of shit. If you love heroin and all that good shit, move to Oregon. You'll be fine. They won't even treat you like an addict. But anyway, becoming property ain't the solution to a goddamn thing.
No.
And when y'all continue to try to fight to fix a system whose result is making you property, You then begin to understand why you can't quite figure out why a business won't stop acquiring assets. You'd stop acting like a fucking idiot and understand that a business is acquiring assets, that the police are salesmen acquiring assets. And in a land where legality is attached to morality, and in that same land, the best legal representation is only afforded to the rich, it is immoral to be poor. So they will build their resources from the poor and from the people who do not have the ability to obtain morality and legal counsel. You understand me? You could think a public defender is trying to prevent the government from obtaining resources if you fucking want to. But their paycheck is signed by the other company. So I'd be damned if you think a public defender is truly there. Their purpose is truly to prevent the government from acquiring assets. They pay them to prevent them from acquiring assets. It's a reason the requirements to apply to become a DA are much fucking higher to apply to become a public defender. And I'll leave it at that. And I'm sorry to do that, but that young brother life is about to be shifted, and his ability to create generational wealth that will have a ripple effect for his entire family has been stripped. And instead of that be fractured and that generational wealth be split between two families, the one he shattered and the one he was working to serve, he's become property. You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
And I don't think that's a proper solution. I think it would make more sense for him to have to pay a divorce-like settlement to her family for the rest of his life. Because she won't be able to have, you feel what I'm saying?
Right.
Like half of your net worth and then pay them fucking alimony. That's more reasonable than him going and becoming property, bruh. In my mind. But I move the fuck on, bruh. To Bills Patriots. I saw the end of this one about from third quarter on, bruh. Bills put a 47 burger on the Patriots. Them bitches had 17, but it was like 35-0 at one point. And I stopped when I stopped watching, the Patriots hadn't scored. You feel what I'm saying? It was 31-0?
Yeah, 31-0.
Yeah, man. Tell me about what happened and tell me about McCorkle garbage touchdown, because it didn't happen while the sexy shit was going on. You feel me? So I don't respect it.
Bruh. I had never seen a Bills team play like this since I saw those teams with like Thurman Thomas, with LT, with Jim Kelly. That boy, Josh Allen. And the first game they played, or one of the first games they played, it was a little bit earlier. Not the first one, but the second one, because they're in the same division. That game.
Yeah, this their third time playing in 6 weeks.
Yeah. I think it was that second game. The Patriots beat the Bills, I think, in Buffalo. I think they played that second game in Buffalo also. And it was super windy that day. It was cold as hell. It felt like it was 6 degrees, 6 or 8 degrees, felt like 2 degrees. And you can see the way the breath was coming out of their mouth. Like it was frigid out there, bitch. You can see Mac Jones could not stay warm. Mac Jones did not like that shit one iota, bruh. And you can tell that boy, Josh Allen, played 4 motherfucking years in Wyoming. In fucking Laramie, Wyoming, because that shit did not faze him at all. He was winging that bitch, bro. Like, I felt bad for his receivers. Like, we talk about Favre and shit and how he was, the cameras and shit that we had back then they would throw that bitch so hard because of the cameras and shit we got now. It looks a little bit slower, bro. He was winging that bitch, and because of the technology, because of the ability we have over 20 more years of learning that shit, it don't look as fast. I'm sure that bitch was getting there. It was moving at the speed of sound, bro. He was, and they couldn't tackle him because he's so fucking big. And like he was high stepping on that, bro. That boy came to like they look scary. And if they get to play the rest of their games,
can't get out topic.
Cold, yeah.
But you look healthy and shit, man. You don't even look ugly today, man. You look like that diet got you feeling good and shit, bro. Your skin glowing, bro.
That's why when you
melanated ass nigga.
Like, hey, I was like, I need that shit. Like, I'm sorry.
Melanated ass nigga. You look good, bro. You like to take good care of yourself, man.
Yeah, bro.
You pour good energy into your lady, man. Y'all got that like the diet be good for both of y'all. It ain't stressing at all. Like it look like it's having a great effect.
Yeah. Yeah. Bro.
So it ain't like y'all trying to survive through it at this point. Y'all just floating because y'all seeing the effects of it.
We trying to decide if we bring anything else back into our diet after we don't have to do it anymore. Like we fully planning to dive into this shit and it be the lifestyle. The only thing we might bring back into it is rice and beans, and we get to eat those tomorrow. And so we gonna decide whether or not we keep it or not. But like the way we've been eating, bro, like the way we've been shopping, like it's crazy, bro. Like
look damn good. And if you feel half as good as you look, I'm happy for you, bro.
Bro, I'm sleeping better. Like I ain't got this good. I slept for 8 hours straight on Saturday. Like Friday night going into Saturday, I slept for 8 hours straight. I haven't done that shit in 16 years, 15 years, something like that. Like since we was at school.
Bruh, like it hit me in the middle of the segment. I was like, is he sitting at a different part of the pier at Fairhope? I was like, it looked like the sun that came up over there. I was like, this nigga look good today, goddamn. Check out my brother over here looking healthy there and shit. Nigga taking black seed oil and shit. Nigga out chill, goddamn.
Shout out to Styles P.
You already know that nigga look like he got there doing yoga, like my nigga got it ground and cycle. My nigga look healthy, cuz.
I'm eating sea moss every morning, nigga. This shit,
you be fucking with sea moss,
bro? I got on.
How you do it? Schmoothies.
It's like a jail almost, and like it's a brother at a farmer's market about 3 or 4 miles from the crib. We go every Wednesday and Saturday, and he owns a company called YAOW, Y-A-O-W. And my bad, that was gonna be my tell me something good, and I ain't mean to spill it here. But I got another one.
Y'all all out there white. Go ahead. I'm bullshit. That ain't what it stands for.
He got He got the he sells.
Hold on. You can talk about it later because that's the TSG. Back to the playoffs. My brother feel good, and he got a lot of secrets as to how he feel good, and he gonna give you some headlines on how you can feel good too, especially if you out there Kirshner or ordering from the online. So how did McCorkle get them garbage touchdowns?
I ain't see that part. I'm glad I didn't see it because it didn't matter.
Okay.
It was at a time in the game. I didn't see it.
So shouts out to the old saying, fuck them, we ball. So let's go to some games I did get to watch. Niners Cowboys, man. That bitch was a doozer, a deezy, and a deezer. Did you watch that one?
I watched some of it, yeah.
Bro, it was a good game, man. And what's funny is it had some spots that was dead as fuck, and them just happened to be the parts I missed. I saw every fucking score, but missed the hour of the game throughout the game. Saw every fucking score, bro. It was the best football game I had ever watched, and because I had never done a game like that, where I was just doing this, doing that, but I saw every touchdown, every field goal, like every turnover. Like I was like, okay, I got the sauce today. Today gonna be a good football day. You know what I'm saying? Because my antenna was up to make sure I was watching football because I had missed the whole day the day before. So what I did was I had the iPad in the kitchen, right? Plugged up to the charger so it ain't gonna die. NFL app open. Game streaming, you feel what I'm saying? It's on the big screen in the living room and it's on the screen in the bedroom, you feel me? So no matter what wall of the house I look at, the game is on. and it's only one on at a time. You feel me? And then I just floated around the fucking house doing shit. It was a good day.
It was a good day. Question?
Yeah.
You know how we into this photography and videography thing, and like we want this to be a platform where we have like legit them joints where people sitting up there and they filming this thing. You know how much motherfucking money the NFL make where they can send all these cameras to each one of these games? You know how many different angles of every fucking shot that they have? Like the entire sideline is covered in cameras, bro. Like they got these 8K joints. And like that shit is just insane to me, man. But that's the type
and that's the NFL shit, because that shit don't be there when concerts be in these stadiums.
No,
that's the NFL property.
It's their property.
That's their shit.
Yeah. So that's on a resources tip. On a resources tip, I got because I was doing some research on a story about a woman photographer who was on the sideline doing some shooting, doing some photography and shit, and I looked next to her while she was sitting there, like she was in the foreground, but there were like 9, 10 other photographers just sitting out like, bro, that's all they doing all game is capturing content. So fuck that shit, bro. You can do this shit. All you got to do is find the resources. Like all you got to do is make sure you got access to the resources. Cause that shit, wow, bro. Like, but go ahead. Next game, my bad. I'm sorry.
We didn't even talk about that one.
Tell us about San Fran Dallas. Yeah, I want to move on to the next one. And we need to talk
part
about
of why I was excited to watch San Fran Dallas is, man, I'm not a big Jimmy G guy, but just because you know how I talked to you about a big part of why I distrust people who did well in school, people who were like valedictorians and shit like that in general. Anyone who benefited too well, who was rewarded and given too many accolades for thriving within the system, has an extremely huge disincentive to distrust anything the government tell them. They have an extremely huge disincentive not to believe everything they are told because they have been rewarded for regurgitating it at the highest level. Because that's all the American education system is, K through 12, outside of math and applied sciences. They give you information, test your ability to regurgitate it. That's all the fuck it is. And with English, with literature, they literally, with reading comprehension, give you paragraphs and stories and then test your ability on taking the information from that story that they believe you should get from that story. I don't know if people actually remember the functional shit that happened in the foundational education, but there were steps up, like read the paragraph, who's the villain in this paragraph? And it would be like a regular interaction, and you were supposed to figure out who was the bad guy. Like, they teach you how to perceive a story so they know how to lie to you. And people who were rewarded for their ability to regurgitate the information, to take what they were supposed to from the paragraph, when they hear a news story or read an article, they only take what they're supposed to from it. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They only take what they're supposed to from it. They perceive it exactly how it's supposed to be delivered. And they are taught that anybody who doesn't is less intelligent.
Yeah.
So, said all that. I don't even know if I want to say what come next. I don't think I do want to say what come next. How do I get back? How do we get here? How do I run backwards?
NFL playoffs.
No, but I'm saying it's the San Fran Dallas game.
Yeah.
I'm trying to say what I was gonna say, but not say it at that level. I'm trying to bring it back before I just say it in the football context. I don't root for the underdog, but because we are taught to root for the underdog, people who are constantly shitted on, there is a small part of me who like to see them make people who think they're always right eat shit. So I could care less about Jimmy G winning, but I can't wait to see all the people who talk about Jimmy G not being a good quarterback have to explain why he's not a good quarterback after he won this game. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it ain't the rooting for the underdog that they tried to convince me I was supposed to do, because as a 6'2" melanated person who has, I don't want to call it N-word strength, but extreme levels of natural strength and ability, the fastest I ever was, when I ran a sub 540, I was 330 pounds. Like, I ain't been the underdog a whole lot. Fuck rooting for the underdog. The nigga who's supposed to win gonna win this one. And I've been beating the underdogs over the fucking head my whole life. So fuck y'all. Y'all could Rocky. Nah, I beat the hell out of a lot of little white boys who thought they was Rocky. Because the way Decatur was set up in elementary school, that shit was segregated as fuck. You had White Nona, which Winona. You had Glen Haven. You had fucking Oakhurst, black elementary school, Fifth Avenue, black elementary school, College Heights, black elementary school. And then it was 4 white elementary schools, and all them bitches integrated at Renfro. And it dead ass was like race wars for the first month. And then it became very clear they didn't want it. And then we all got along. But we just fought that shit out from August to like right before my birthday in October. 6th grade, we fought them niggas constantly. Niggas would cut in the lunch line. Niggas would flip their food off the tray and sprint to the line because they knew it was finna go down. It got wild in that bitch. A nigga was laying down sleep on the lunch table every day because somebody slept him. To this day is why I won't eat. Like when I go to a restaurant, I'm always facing the room. I never sit to where I can't see where shit is coming from. And that come from 6th grade, nigga. Niggas was brawling to that bitch, cuz. But I had a white boy kick me in my back in the middle of English class. Cause I raised my hand and I got called on. He sat behind me. And I guess he wanted to answer the question. Kicked me straight in my back. And I got suspended because I told the teacher if she didn't do something about it, I was going to make sure he knew he couldn't do it. I said, either you going to make sure he know he can't do that shit, or I'm going to make sure he know he can't do it. And they tried to kick me out of the school for terroristic threats, but I got suspended. And he didn't get suspended. Like, it was bad in motherfucking Renfro when we first got there, G. Shit was wild racist. You feel what I'm saying? But we was in that bitch hitting. You feel what I'm saying? But yeah, I said all that to say, I don't root for the underdog because I'm not the fucking underdog. And I'm not going to see myself as the underdog to try and convince people to root for me. I'm not going to pitch myself as MJ. MJ, I got cut from the team my freshman year. Bitch, you grew 6 inches in between your freshman year and your sophomore year. Oh, how did he make the team the next year? 6 fucking inches. That's how. The same way Anthony Davis went from a nigga nobody gave a fuck about to that Kentucky offer. Like, come on, dog. You know what I'm saying? He get to play his whole career like
3 months ago, cuz.
You feel what I'm saying? Like, shut your stupid ass up. And he gonna hate on the nigga who made the team over him in his Hall of Fame speech. You mad that you didn't grow 6 inches sooner? It's his fault that you didn't grow 6 inches faster. Shut your dumb ass up, Mike. I hate Michael Jordan, dumb ass, bro. Hate him. Fuck him. You feel me?
I'm not a fan.
And the only reason I like him is because he wasn't an underdog and he beat a lot of underdogs over the fucking head. And that's why I love him. But I
he like what he's supposed to do.
I love me some Michael Jordan, but I hate that nigga too.
Yeah.
Balance. I guess it's the Libra in me. But I love him and I hate that nigga, man. I hate me some I hate his story, love like his game and shit. I hate his story and the narrative that built around him. Fucking hate it.
Can I give you some perspective? This is what I'm good at. Can I give you some perspective? Yeah. You can't cut that shit off. Tell me some things about yourself, and I'm sure you can tell me about a handful at least that you can't just cut off like that. everything. He has to make everything a competition because that's what drives a motherfucker to win 6 championships and not lose one. He can't cut that shit off. He gotta hold that.
That part of his. That's what I mean.
Gotta hold that grudge.
All he did was go play basketball and win 6 championships. Good for you. You went and played basketball and won 6 championships. The narrative around it, complete bullshit. He won 6 championships the way Brady won 6 championships. They manufactured that shit. He won 6 championships during the expansion era. 7 teams got added to the league and they put 4 of them in his conference. They put them ass goddamn niggas down there in New Orleans. They put them niggas back out there in Charlotte. They put the Toronto fucking Raptors up there. And they split up all of the talent in the league. Bro, he ruled the expansion era and then retired as soon as shit got tough. When the West became the West, he retired.
Jordan retired in 2003, I think.
For the very last time.
Yeah.
The first time he retired, it went Spurs, Lakers, Spurs, Pistons, Lakers. Like,
no, it didn't. Hold up. Nope. You better run through that list one more again, sir, and add a team to that, please.
Oh, Rockets. I fucked off.
Thank you.
My bad. I fucked off. My bad. I fucked off. They went back to back. I fucked off. I said I fucked off.
Don't shout the city, baby.
That's part of why Scotty punk ass thought that was the city to run to when he tried to get off the Bulls. Dumb ass nigga. But that fucked me up. He said, "Hold up, run back through that nigga. You fucking up."
Yeah,
he whacked though.
He the legend is. I mean, the legend is. I ain't even gonna say what the legend is. He did a lot of great things for basketball as an individual. He got to a place where he never won a championship like without the greatest coach that we call the greatest coach of all time. He never won one without the other guy. So that championship aura that's around him, people attach it to him singularly when the ship is about a team. And I feel like that's why a lot of really great groups break up, is because it started becoming more about one person and somebody else get jealous, or niggas not getting a shine and they forget this shit is a team thing, which is why you always hear niggas do that.
The narrative around him bullshit, bruh.
It is.
I second everything I don't think nigga understand. Scottie Pippen got damn near to the goddamn championship without Jordan. Jordan never won a playoff series without Scottie. And niggas love to talk about that Wizards team like it was ass. Like that team didn't have 4 future champions on it. Nigga, Rip Hamilton was a key fucking player on that Pistons team that went to a bunch of fucking championships. Smashed the Lakers.
Rip was a better version of DeMar DeRozan, and people don't give it Rip Hamilton is what motherfuckers wish DeMar DeRozan was. Crazy mid-range game, always running around during the game, good defender, good rebounder. Like Rip Hamilton is a better version of DeMar DeRozan because he was on a team with motherfuckers that could actually get him a ship.
Nigga had Kwame Brown, Rip Hamilton, Larry Hughes, Jared Jeffries, Christian Laettner, Tyronn Lue, Byron Russell, Jerry Stackhouse, all fucking champions. And y'all want to tell me he couldn't get that team to win a playoff series, but he the goddamn GOAT? He 4 years younger than LeBron is now. Y'all suck my taint. Like, fuck that nigga, bruh. I hate the narrative around this nigga. He couldn't win shit at that point because the league was better. They had replenished the talent. Every nigga who had Jordan's skill set, who you could look at and say, that's the next Jordan. And then he ended up not really being that special. It's a reason. It ain't because he wasn't the next Jordan, nigga. It's because it was a bunch of them, nigga.
Can I give you some perspective that I just thought about, bro? This is going to be the best sports segment that niggas ever heard of, because we finna go in on Cuz. He quit in 2003. What happened in 2000, in that same year? Who came into the league?
LBJ, Lil Baby Jesus, the rebirth of basketball.
That the nigga who is compared to being a GOAT with him. He said, I do not. He knew he was going against Kobe. He didn't want that smoke no more. That motherfucker said, I'm out of here before the guy that I know they're going to compare me to. Jordan knows basketball. He can recognize talent when he see it. He knew what the fuck was coming. He had more years in him.
He came out of retirement after their first three-peat. He a jealous little bitch. Just like he released The Last Dance after LeBron won in Cleveland. He came out of retirement after the Laker three-peat. Because no one else had done it. Oh, I'm going to put a stop to this. You ain't finna win 4 in a row. And then them niggas got bopped. He ain't still have it. Like, he always been an ego guy, bruh.
Yeah.
He told Kobe, you could wear the shoes, but you'll never fill them. The next time he played Kobe gave his ass 45 in the first half. That's why he got the fuck out of there in 2003, because he was still talking like Jordan, but he wasn't playing like Jordan no more. Because niggas was good now. That's what niggas don't understand, bruh. Kobe, before he was Kobe, gave Jordan 45 in the first half. That was second fiddle Kobe. That was now. That wasn't broken finger. I'm gonna give you 81 Kobe. That was I'm little bruh Kobe that gave him 45 in the first half. Imagine a nigga do that to LeBron now. Get him 45 in the first half.
You can't. None of them little niggas give him LeBron.
If Kevin Durant gave LeBron 45 in the first half, niggas would eat him alive. And niggas act like Jordan was old. He younger than LeBron is now. LeBron, LeBron one game worse than Jokic. LeBron got the Lakers one game worse than Jokic, and he done played 5 less games than him. They 16 and 15 with Bron. I think they 21 and 15 with Jokic. If he had 5 more games, if you win it at a 50% clip, that's at least 2 more wins, right?
Yeah.
How the fuck is Jokic second in the MVP race, but Bron 9th? It's because they don't want him to have as many MVPs as Jordan, bruh. That Derrick Rose MVP was bullshit. That Steph Curry MVP was bullshit. They gave it to 2 point guards who averaged less points and assists than he did. What the fuck is their job if not to score on the goddamn offensive end? Neither one of them bitches was defensive stoppers.
Neither.
Who the fuck is going to tell me a point guard who scored less points, had less assists, and is not the defender that LeBron is? They are not the defender, and definitely don't get the amount of rebounds that he do, and don't shoot the efficiency that he do, because he's shooting 50%, 55% from the floor. Get the fuck out of here, bruh. They changed the narrative and how they measure the MVP every year so that LeBron don't fit the criteria that year. Every fucking year. Because they don't want him to have more than MJ, bro. Because the moment he have as many or more, that is not going to be a part of how you determine who the GOAT is. That's how they've done this whole shit. The notion that they can't figure out how to prevent him from getting to 6. The fact that, but Jordan did it for one franchise with the GOAT coach, with the GOAT number 2. And with all of the great players from the teams he couldn't get past before he started winning. The best defender from the Cavaliers, give me him. My bad, go ahead.
Might have been the GOAT GM too.
Who had the common sense. Think about that, y'all. The villain is The Last Dance was the GM who wouldn't listen to shit Jordan said. The worst fucking GM of all time, Michael Jordan. Jerry Krause, the villain of the story, wouldn't listen to Michael Jordan basketball decisions. Think about that shit. Jerry Krause should have been the hero of The Last Dance. We eat Mike ass up today. Fuck Michael Jordan, bro.
Your whole clip gonna be the long version of the social media post. Hey, dead ass, bro. And the thing about it is, like, if you watch like one of his greatest moments, one of his greatest playoff moments, and I'm not like, bro, done had like he had an illustrious career. I watched this motherfucker hit a double clutch shot over Craig Elo and pump his fist like it was the greatest thing that ever happened. You double clutch over. Look who's guarding you. Jordan was guarding niggas like Dan Marley and Craig Elo. Scottie Pippen was guarding motherfuckers like Clyde Drexler.
Niggas gonna tell me it's impressive. He won the depoy guarding these slot-footed ass niggas. Jordan is not winning the depoy guarding Kevin Durant, Carmelo Anthony, LeBron James, Blake Griffin, Aaron Gordon. When these are the small forwards, look at the 30 small forwards. Go to 2012 when LeBron won his depoy and MVP. Well, he should have won both that year. But go to 2012 when he should have won MVP and depoy, and they gave it to the nigga in Memphis who didn't even make first team defense. All NBA. He didn't even make first team all defense or none of that shit. But
Tony Allen.
Nah, the big nigga. It was Mark Gasol that year, I think.
Oh, Gasol.
Yeah, big boy.
You know who gave Jordan the beats, bro?
Who that was?
A nigga who was 6'1". Isaiah Thomas gave Jordan the beats.
Facts. I'm gonna ask you a very simple question,
bro.
If a nigga beat you 3 times in the playoffs, and you only beat him once when he was injured and old, would it not piss you off as nigga said the other nigga was the GOAT? If the other nigga had never beat Larry Bird in a playoff game, and in order to win both of your championships, you had to beat Larry Bird and Magic Johnson in series, wouldn't it piss you off if people said that other nigga was the GOAT? That nigga never beat Larry Bird in a playoff game. You had to beat Bird and Magic to win both of your championships. And that nigga the GOAT? If I'm Isaiah Thomas, I tell people to kiss my little black shiny ass, bro. Isaiah Thomas the GOAT, bro. Especially for that era. Fuck Jordan.
Yeah.
Jordan not the best black ass nigga who hooped. Jordan ain't the best goddamn shooting guard. Jordan ain't the best defender at that bit. You feel me? Cause off rip, in my opinion, Kobe a better version of Jordan than Jordan. He succeeded in eclipsing him. Kobe is not possible without Jordan, but in my belief, he wholeheartedly succeeded in gaining every bit of knowledge he could and then building on top of that shit. He was able to be greater because Jordan came before. You understand what I'm saying? Like, Jordan was too busy competing against Hakeem to go get that footwork from Hakeem. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Kobe had Hakeem footwork in his bag and had Hakeem post work after he had them knee injuries and he wanted to slow it down in order to get open in the range where he could get his shot out. Kobe put stuff in his bag that MJ didn't have. You feel me? Yeah. And that's just what it is. That same cross that Allen Iverson broke Jordan ass apart with, that was a primitive cross during Kobe's defensive career. You understand me? The amount of dexterity and handles was which Kobe had to guard. Kobe guarded niggas during the Skip to My Lou era of dribbling in the NBA. That's when he went and won his depoy. He didn't have niggas going on the fast break with their right hand the whole court. He didn't win his depoy in a league where niggas was scoring 90 points a game. When he locked the nigga up, that nigga usually scored 30 and he held them to 20. You feel what I'm saying? He wasn't holding a nigga who averaged 19 to 12. Reggie Miller in the Hall of Fame averaging 19.3. Get this depoy the fuck out of here. Jordan can kiss my ass. You telling me y'all think LeBron couldn't have survived in Jordan era when he going versus Kevin Durant and the nigga who took Jordan to 7 was fucking Reggie Miller? Y'all don't think? Come on, man. Look at what Paul George is, man. We already did to give me some second line on PG-13, man. That man snapped their whole leg in half. Gordon Hayward ain't been the same man since with the same injury. And this man been back in the MVP discussion 3 out of the past 7 years since he broke his leg and came back. That's who was on the Pacers fucking with Bron, you feel me?
Yeah.
Paul George don't get enough respect because he took that Heat team to sell him. He took that Heat team to sell him. Jordan was going against Reggie Miller. Who the fuck was Reggie Miller point guard?
Martin Jackson.
Okay. Fair enough.
And like
I ain't gonna flame him because I like him.
Jab at best.
It was jab. Yeah. But I said all that to say
I can't flame Martin Jackson.
I said all that to say, man, like when the sorry niggas in the league is flying like grandmama, like the power forwards who never gonna sniff the finals is the Amari Stoudemire's. Don't talk to me about Jordan era. Get that dumb shit out of here. When Amari Stoudemire can't make the finals, don't talk to me about Jordan era, cuz.
Yeah. And he was Jordan, if Kobe and Jordan are a pair, Amari Stoudemire and KG are a pair that you have to kind of compare with each other. And KG was a fucking alien because he was the first 7-footer that came out that bitch pulling threes. You like, what the fuck going on? And handling.
That's another thing about this fuckboy narrative, cuz. Look at that. MJ kept a lot of people from winning championships on his watch. Nah, you stupid motherfucker. The same reason KG ain't win championships. Oh, the Lakers, the Spurs, them Rockets. That's why the Jazz and Karl Malone, who was number 2 in scoring, that nigga was on his way to becoming number 2 overall in the history of basketball at scoring. Why they talked about MJ being the GOAT. I know he hated that nigga. I know he hated some fucking MJ. You got a nigga headed to be the assist leader all time, building his career, same time as Jordan, trying to get past the Showtime fucking Lakers, and they talking about Jordan the reason they ain't got a championship. Trying to get past the Tim Duncan, David Robinson, Avery Johnson, motherfucking Greg Popovich Spurs, Kevin Garnett. Can't get past Vlade Divac, Chris Webber, Mike Bibby. I don't think niggas understand what the West was, bruh.
Yeah. It was
Jordan the reason niggas didn't get championships. They was crabs in a bucket. That's what the fuck the West was.
Yeah.
They was king crabs, all of them. Big pinchers. Just bitch, you think you gonna do what? By the time you get there, you gonna be injured. Cause I'm gonna fuck you up. You think you beat me in the Western Conference Finals? It's a reason the Lakers didn't the only reason the Lakers didn't fuck them up in 91 is because they was hurt. It was the Warriors going against Kawhi Raptors. And the same way y'all tried to make Kawhi the GOAT and he went out to the Clippers and disappointed you, Jordan would have did the same if not for the expansion era. And on that note, after we done flamed this nigga like he a whole ass pile of dirty wood, could you flip the script, my nigga? Do something for me and the people and tell me something
I'll
good.
do a couple good deeds.
Yes, sir. I sure as hell can.
Walk and breathe and blessing that
felt good. That felt good to just get some joy and hate off my.
I was about to tell you, man, your skin a little better after that segment, bro.
Hey, thank you, brother. I feel like I'm glowing. You feel what I'm saying?
You got a good lather up, man. Got the
Namarenge cure. Namarenge cure. You know what I'm saying? That shit was meditative.
Oh man, but this tell me something good is we gonna take you on a trip through the black market a little bit, man. I've had the esteemed pleasure to float through these past few weeks, man, and taking this nutritionist journey with my lady. I've run into like a lot of black vendors in a lot of different spaces that I didn't know we really had black people like that. And we really got a lot of black people out here growing, creating gardens, selling their produce, and investing in healthy livelihood, wholesome livelihood, for us and for their community. And a couple of those folks that I wanted to bring attention to, and like I don't remember, I tried to do it off the top of my head, but I know Yao is one of them. YAOW, and I'll put all of this in the show notes.
Yao
sells he sells sea moss, and he sells sea moss, and he has he had a blackberry flavor and a mango flavor, man, and like all natural flavors, no preservatives. He had the science on everything, bro. Like, dude was just super impressive. And I appreciate him for his product, man, because I started feeling better once I took it. There's a brother, I forget his name, man, but I'll let y'all know his name in the show notes. He was selling applesauce, man. And he sells like natural applesauce, like he make it in his home. He gives you like all the details about it, all the nutritionist value about it. And I told him I couldn't have anything with added sugar to it. And he's like, oh, I'm making unsweetened applesauce, bro. I was like, ain't no way this shit unsweetened, bro. Ain't no way this shit unsweetened. And then I get 2 from him every week. Like I go on Saturday, see him. Hey, give me 2 of them jars of applesauce, bro. Fire shit, man. So I want y'all to support him if you can. If you're in the city of Houston, there was another vendor here as well. Damn, I forget her name, but she owns a black spa. She is a nurse practitioner, and saw that black women weren't getting the care that they needed for their for dermatology and like their skin care. So she started a spa, and she figured like it's a better way, instead of starting a practitioner's practice where she is a dermatologist, she's like, no, I'm gonna bring black women somewhere where they can feel good, and I'm just gonna give them those services that are gonna help clear up those foundational things, and then we'll work on like some of the cosmetic stuff as well. And she hired some staff that does like nails and stuff like that for self-care, man. And I'll let y'all know her contact information also as well. But shouts out to the ladies, especially the ladies. Shout out to the gentlemen who out there putting, I got my candles, bro. I meant to put my candle here from Elizabeth Artist Candles.
Found Shorty website too.
Who that?
Mama Athletics candle website.
Yeah, Elizabeth Artist. Yeah.
That's her?
Elizabeth Artist. Yeah, that's what
I got a bookmark. I ain't even look at the website. I just bookmarked it after I found it.
I spent it's some of the best money.
I'm gonna wait till I move because I don't want to break none of them in the move. Boy, as soon as I get to Houston, nigga, when I tell you my house finna stink so good all summer, boy.
I got Black Sea.
Nah, man, I'm gonna be jealous. Fuck you. Don't be telling me about it. Fuck you, nigga. Nah, nigga. I'ma have the whole shit though, nigga. I'm gonna be on them shits.
Nice, man.
I'm gonna be on them shits. And yeah, if you get a present from me in 2022, bitch, it's gonna be a candle. That's how I do. I support my partner business by giving them shits as gifts to other folks. Oh, damn, I love this. Oh, yeah, if you want more, bitch, this way you go get them. You know what I'm saying? Right. You think it's a gift for you, bitch. I put the team on. Fuck you, bitch. Go get you some candles. You know what I mean? It's love, though, you know?
My bad. Also,
I'm sharing what I love with you.
One young lady, I was in a cohort called the Morning Meetup. They meet every single morning beginning at 8 Eastern time. David Shands is the leader of that cohort, but I feel like there are other leaders amongst him because it's it's leadership. If you are an entrepreneur, you want to learn more about growing your business.
How many of us have them? Shans.
Shout out to the homie, man.
Shout out to the homie, yeah.
So much of what I know about this business shit is because of David Shands, man, and Keon Davis and LaShawna, Kurt, and my dog.
That's what I'm gonna start calling my business contacts. I'm gonna start calling them my Shans.
These are my Shans.
It ain't about what you know; it's about who you know. How many of us have them? Shans.
But this young lady, her company name is Lola Bells, LOLABELLES. You can find her at Lola Bells on Instagram. Facial products, man. I got this nice tar.
Sound like the hood that Thugnificent was from. Wasn't Thugnificent from Lola Bell? Lola Bell, Georgia, on the Boondocks.
That's funny.
Thoroughbell, Georgia, something like that. Never mind. My bad.
That's funny. That's funny. I did not know that shit, man.
Yeah. I think Thugnificent from Carabelle or Thoroughbell. I'll say the real name. I'm fucking people up. Say the actual name.
Lola Bells. LOLBELLES. LOLABELLES. Lola Bells.
Hold up. I was going to ask you to do it again. You heard it. Let's give it some silence and go again.
LOLABELLES. Lola Bells.
Lola Bells. Woo! Everybody, dog, take a sip of that Alabama water, aka moonshine. You already know what time it is.
Actual water. I'm on.
They ain't have to know that. They
5 gallon joints off the chain, bro. But you know I can get 5 gallons of water for $1.25. Well water for $1.25.
Yeah, it's like $1.
I can't believe I wasn't doing this shit all along, bro. 5 gallons of well water.
I never went back.
$1.25.
I never went back.
Going back.
You putting them in the bit? You got a water dispenser yet?
Yeah, I go grab that. I ain't got the dispenser yet. I just got the.
Oh, you got jugs?
I got the big 5 gallon jug, and then I got a pitcher that I poured in, and I put.
Oh,
I got 2 pitchers. One I put in the fridge, and then one I put I like room temperature, and then sometimes I like cold, like ice cold water. But most of the time, I just pour my joint. I just let it sit on the counter until I get ready to drink it.
Yeah. You know how I do.
Because we got hella mason jars, and so I just fill up a mason jar and I'll sit it out and wait till it's room temperature.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
So you lift that bitch every time you refill your pitcher?
On purpose, yeah, because I wanna. It's a workout. I feel like if I was a Native American and I was going down to the river, bring back the joint, we bring in the big joint back and we pour it in the smaller joints. You got to lift that guy up as part of that activity of the day. So yeah, I pick it up every time, and then when it get low, it's a little bit easier. But yeah.
One tip I was gonna give you if you ain't wanna get a dispenser and shit, like they do sell just like racks you could sit them on to where it's like almost horizontal, but it just slightly tilted. You just tap that bitch like a keg, you know what I mean? But
okay.
I already told you what my plan is once I'm out there. But we getting derailed. Let me screenshot this so we could do the we talk a lot of shit, but please do not be deceived. I am what you see, but undefined as can be. Whether it be understanding love or patience in whatever degree, we here at Gimme Some Headlines wholeheartedly believe that it is better to give than it is to receive. Es mejor dar que recibir. I think I read the second part first. Or is that the whole sentence? Oh, that's the whole sentence. Spanish a bad motherfucker.